Welcome back to Dadskillz. Now, almost a year ago, I invested in the heated AIRER. We could see the way that the energy prices were going, although we didn't know they were going to be quite so bonkers. And we thought, is there a cheaper way than the tumble dryer to dry our clothes? Ever since, this thing has been brilliant. And the video that I made on that has got a bit of traction recently on YouTube. So I thought I'd make a sort of yearly review of it. Go through a few tips and tricks that we've learned along the way that can actually make it even cheaper to run. So let's take a look. So the unit price of 34 pence per kilowatt hour that I'm going to use for the next little test is taken from the Ofgem website. As you see there, customer with typical usage paying by direct debit, electricity, 34 pence. Okay, so I've put 2 loads on the AIRER as opposed to the one I could get in the tumble dryer. And so we've reset the energy monitor. Let's just make sure, yeah, 34p. And then it's on down there. So I shall put the tent on. And as you may remember in the first video, when I first got this, I was unsure about the tent, but now I am totally sure about the tent. You need it, it's brilliant. It helps no end. There is an argument to say we could get another small load on there, really. There are lots of places, especially up the top there, for socks and pants and small things. But we'll just stick with 2 loads on there at the moment. I'll come back to it in about 7 or 8 hours, see where we're at, whether it's dry or not. It certainly doesn't need to be on overnight, this one. Right, okay, we're just going to have a little look. Let's see if it's done yet. Oh yeah, it actually feels like it's done. The towel's done. Yeah, towels are done. Yeah, that all feels done. So let's have a look at the figures. I'll turn it off now because it's done. It's cost us 67p. Okay. It's done just under 2 kilowatts. A wattage low, just under 300, and a high of 223. Interesting. So 67p to dry, 2 loads, and it could probably get another small load on there as well. So here we are at the AIRER. Now my first tip is you can get more than 1 load on here, and I think you can probably get 2 loads and a small one, like a small pant and sock load if you like. So the first tip is, you see all the distance under there? I wouldn't put anything long hanging down here, because obviously heat rises, there's nothing down there to heat it up. So small stuff on this first one, pants and socks, because if you put something long down here, it's just going to sit there, it's going to get wet, and there's going to be no heat getting to it. So small stuff here, longer as you go. And someone asked about the water vapour inside the tent. There's like little vents on top, so any moisture gets heated up and is released through those, so that's cool. So that's tip number 1, is think about how you load it and stack it. Second tip is get the tent. The tent is well worth it. And then the third tip is, it's not in at the moment because I've just done a little, use the energy monitor in there. Third tip is, in everyday use, I would use a smart plug. You would do your couple of loads throughout the day or whenever. You put them on there, don't turn it on. Wait until you get later on at night, whenever the electric is meant to be cheaper, off peak. Put that in, or you've already got that put in, set up, let it run, or have it timed for 6 hours through the night, and it'll turn off very, very early in the morning, and it will continue drying, even if it's a little bit wet after 6 hours. So I hope you found that review useful, and I think those tips and tricks can really help you make it more efficient, because without this, the temptation is to do a load, put it on, and then keep adding to it, and so you're never quite sure which bit's going to be dry when, and so you leave it on forever. The cost benefit then over the tumble dryer is negated, and you might as well just use the tumble dryer. So everything I've used and shown in this video will be linked below, from the AIRER with the tent on, to the Tapo smart plug, even to the energy monitor that I used if you're interested in measuring other things around the house. That monitor is really useful. So let me know in the comments below, have you got one? Have you used one? Have you got any more tips and tricks that you can share with the community? Do that down in the comments below. So YouTube now, in its wisdom, will recommend a video to you that it thinks you will enjoy and find informative. I do too. Take a look at that, and I'll see you again. Cheers.